Hello! Guess we finished another sketchbook tour, or sketchbook. This is sketchbook 19. I couldn't tell you the brand of the sketchbook, but I'll put it on screen. I'll show it at the end of the video. I know what it is. I'll just do stickers really quick. This is Little Star Nerd, this is Little Star Nerd. These are from the same person on Etsy. Etsy, Milky Tomato. I don't remember this artist's name. I always forget this artist's name. This was from an example pack of stickers I got when I made my own. And then this is another artist on Etsy, and then another Milky Tomato. I've changed the way I've decorated my sketchbooks recently. Now we'll start officially. Let me make sure everything's centered. Okay, cool. This is the first page. I always do a self-portrait, and I've had a weird curse with my sketchbooks where I end up hating the first page pretty consistently. With my next one, I want to put in effort to make it look like something I really like. And then here's my follower tracking. I do this in every sketchbook as well. Oh, I forgot to do this. Get to see me do this on camera. January 2026. This sketchbook took me a little bit longer than the sketchbooks I had done previously to this, which still this seems very short to most people, but for me, my every 2 months I finish a sketchbook roughly, but this one almost took me 3, which is a lot for me. But I got a little bit sad, so I wasn't really filling it at the same quick speed I was. So here's the first spread. I did some drawings of myself, my friends' characters, my own characters. This is Aaron, this is Dawn. They have father-daughter, older brother sort of relationship going on. Big fan of them, and she's putting little bows in his hair. This is more of those two. And then Reese, I was thinking of what her hair would look like in the time skip, and I want with her I've always had a hard time finding hairstyles that I feel both suit her, feel a good evolution of what she has at certain points. So I really like this. I think this is a good evolution of her hair. And then these are some co's. I love this whole page of them. Very fun, very big fan. I like these little doodles, and I really like these two here too. Big fan. I already have just noticed that I've started saying big fan a lot, and I said that so many times in my last video. I don't want to edit in me saying it again. It took so long. This is a lot of random doodles, much more of a doodly page. Some of these are of my friends, some of these are characters. A lot of this is just me though. Me and my roommate watch a lot of The Basement Yard. I just drew Frankie and Joe, which I do like these drawings of them. I don't think they perfectly look like them, but I do like it as my guys. I was trying to draw my friend from observation and they kept moving, and then this is what I ended up drawing. And this is more of Co kind of playing around with showing their powers, I guess. This spread, Aaron and Finn, I'm a huge fan of these pages. I really like just the composition. I feel I got really into making good use of these sketchbook pages and how big they are, and trying to get more into compositions in my sketchbooks and how that can add a lot of interest to a page. So I really like how the scale of Finn here is really nice with this almost full body and all this stuff. And this is kind of when I decided to make Finn's pants really low-waisted, they're really far down on his hips, and I'm a big fan of that shift. Here's Kate and Chandler, more characters, more of just Kate over here. I think I did all of these pages in the span of one night, and I was having a lot of fun. And then this is my friend, and this is my other friend. I'm a big fan of this whole spread. I specifically really like these two drawings. I think just turned out very nice. This is a photo of my friend with a filter on. Kind of doodling that my roommate had these ramen sticky notes, and this was the only time I used them because they're not very good sticky notes, but they're kind of fun, so I just put them in for the sake of it. And we were all talking about okay, everybody's one of 3 things. They're either a vampire, a werewolf, or a zombie. And so I drew my friend as a zombie, me as a werewolf, and my other friend is, oh, this is a vampire, and then a zombie. Big fan of this whole spread. Oh my god, stop saying big fan. I like this spread of Co a lot. This is them in the time skip when their hair is longer and they get to be cool. Big fan of. Oh my god. And then this was when I was starting to think about my Meet the Artist. This was when I started to become friends with one of my close friends, and we both discussed how we were both really into Dream SMP, and we were rewatching the saddest animatics, and I was well, I'm gonna have to sketch all of them. And so this was my main, what group was this called? I feel like they had a name for this like group before. It really doesn't matter. But then this is also my other like dorky interest of Prism. Just like 3 sketches of that, and then my OC doodle. My friend, and then this is my friend again, different friend. This is me. And then this was, I was drawing blind contours of my friends, and I think this one was my friend's attempt at drawing me in a blind contour. I draw my friends so much. This is the zombie thing again, and then this is that same friend again, and then me. My characters in Mindless Power, the characters I've really only talked about so far in this video, they have like these kind of like sad little dorms, and I imagine like how they would fill them based on like their personality. And I was thinking like Aaron's would be very bland and sterile, and like there wouldn't be anything really in it, and then Ko's is like completely decorated, and there's also a bunch of like holes in the wall because they're just a very angry person. Speaking of Ko and Aaron, there they are. This is just, I like these doodles of them, and I really like this drawing of Ko. This like sweater that I draw them in sometimes is based on like their very first designs, like outfit that they had, that I drew back in like, I don't know, like 2017, 2018, something like that, and I just like turn it into a sweater and I draw them in it every now and then. This is just some thumbnails for an animatic I was thinking of doing, and then I did not do it. And then this is Dawn with her crusty little fucking white dog that she she absolutely adores and loves, that I think she was left with the responsibility of taking care of this dog, and she does not really like love it that much, but it's just like something that she just has to take care of it because it's old and it was like her parents, so she's just like, oh my god, this fucking thing. These were notes for my class. These are doodles of myself. I really like whatever's going on with these two down here. And then more of my characters. A lot of this is Kate and then Chandler. This was me planning my tattoo. That was very fun. I didn't even like think I was going to be getting it. Like this was like planning in the sense of like in whatever amount of time I might end up getting it. But then I ended up getting it pretty like quickly. So it was kind of like a cool thing that I ended up planning it. And you know when you feel as a trans person, you know when you're like, I'm just gonna draw myself when I'm happy and when I look how I want to look. That's what this was pretty much. Very fun. I was like hanging out with friends, and again back with the blind contours. They're not like phenomenal but just more doodles, and then filling space with those little like weird star things. And then, okay, center it though. Then this was me, like an interaction I had with my friend where I told her that me and my cousins used to play house, but one of my cousins was Michael Jackson. She just like started turning pink, and I was like, you good? She goes, just finish your story. More just doodling. A lot of just doodling in the sketchbook. A lot of me. This is, let me think of their name. Find it though. Emmy? No, Neneko. They merged into one, so it's fine that I mixed that up. And just doodling them, and then drawing nothing of interest over here. This is one of my favorite spreads in the sketchbook. It might be like my favorite, I don't know. But I really like it. I just really like the composition of this page. I think it's very nice. This was a sticky note my roommate left me when he went to go shower after I left to go shower, and I thought it was funny, so I stuck it in here. And then I just really like the whole spread. I think these drawings are nice. I really like these, like 3 here. And I really like all of these errands. Very nice. Big fan. Some Finn. I remember when I was drawing this one, I didn't like it that much, but now that I'm done with it and I look at it, I'm like, I like it. And then I really like these of Kate. I think these are cute. This is my OC and my friend's OC. I was like helping my friend with doing like some concept art for their characters, so I was having a lot of fun with this. It was very much like very fun for me, and I was trying to think of like, it's basically a horror game that they're working on, but I wanted to like think of and help with monster designs, but monster designs are very difficult, and it's definitely not something that I like am aware of or have much like ideas with, but this is fun. I would want to like explore more of it and get more into this, because I also kind of have a horror sort of like story going on that I want to get more of that into, but this is more of that character. Her name is Claire, but has anyone heard of her? And I was drawing her, more of Claire. Very fun. I really like this whole spread. A lot of these drawings are really cute. I was doodling and I was not having the best time. Drew myself. This was me like begging the food to not kill me to death. This is drawing my friend, me being just so happy. This was drawing my friends as Sunny Angels. This is I really like this drawing of them. Cassidy, kind of that character. Same, she's still in Mindless Power. I like don't draw her enough, but I think about her quite a bit. Here's Finn. I was also thinking of like his time skip design, and then more thinking of like Cassidy's design. This was like one weekend when I was hanging out with my friend. We were like walking down the street and we saw a bunch of like rolled up abandoned police tape, and we're like, well, I mean, we have to take it though, like we have to. So we did a bunch of stuff with it, but I took some of it and just put it in my sketchbook. You can see dirt on it. But I just ended up filling like the negative space with stuff, and we were playing Undertale and I drew Sands from memory, and my friend said it's very scary. Again, me having a great time, but I was drawing Jesse Pinkman, which is funny that it's like so not connected to like my problems I was having. And then this is me, more me, my friend. This is some doodles. I was trying to put myself in a better mood. One time I went to the swings with my friend and I went, "You trying to push me?" And then I kept like turning back at her and smiling very widely. So that was fun. These were I forgot like my school sketchbook one day, and so I ended up having to use like my personal sketchbook for this like one assignment to do like thumbnail sketches before we started on our big thing. So these are some still life sketches. I think this is the one I ended up doing. It's like pattern recognition at this point. Like I can see this and I go, oh my god. Or this might have been it. It's like the same collection of stuff but on its side. This is the one I ended up doing. I'll put a photo of that up. That was a lot of effort. This was again me trying to put myself in a better mood, and I remember I looked at myself in the mirror and I went, happy? Like I was really trying to get myself to just not be just so sad because I was just not having a good time. Just more doodling. This was like for some event I had to go to, and I just started drawing this in front of me. This was planning for my Meet the Artist. I think I ended up just going with this like sketch. I don't even remember if I like put that sketch in to Procreate and just use that, but it's fun. More just a lot of Sona doodling, and then like a funny thing my friend did. I thought that was very funny. Left-handed doodling, because my right hand started to hurt, because on top of all of this sketchbooking, I also have art classes and writing classes and all of that, so had a lot on my wrist. So I would do left-handed doodling. I've gotten pretty good at drawing with my left hand, I would say. These are just some miscellaneous doodles, and then this is more left-handed doodling, and I like these little creatures. I was hanging out with my friend who draws a lot of little creatures, and I think that inspired it. This is more left-handed doodling, but these are all of my dog. I think some of these are from photo reference, and some of these are just like from my heart and my head, but I like this spread. I think it's silly. This is something I really like, so I'm gonna show you. Oh, just hit it though. Oh. And then that. So that's fun. I really like this spread. I, for a hot minute, would just go back and forth with the lens in my eye and just go like this. And it's very fun. It just is a little bit dorky to do it for so long. More just like drawings of my friends. And then this is, I had some marker bleed through on this page, and then I kind of just let it just be here for a while because I didn't really care about it. But then I came back and just put up a bunch of sticky notes on here of my OCs. I'm a big fan of this whole page. I really like this Chandler that I drew, but these are all like the protagonists, I guess you could say, for Mindless Power. I'm a huge fan. This is a drawing of me and then a drawing of my friend. This is a drawing of me that I don't really like, but I like these two doodles over here. And this is the halfway spread. See, like I went through all of this in 1 month, and then I got like extra sad here and I didn't fill it as fast. I didn't do anything with the marker bleed through on this page, but this was like for an assignment. We read the book Educated, and I had to do like an artistic response, and this was what I did. It's based on one of the scenes in the book. This thumbnails for my sketchbook tour. These are some horses from reference. So what happened here is that my friend was like, draw a horse from memory, and this was my attempt. It's not good. The thing is that I've shown it to other people and they're like, that's not that bad, but like it's really not good. I wouldn't use the word good for it. There's something wrong with the neck. The tail is really short. And then I felt very humbled, so I drew from reference. And then these were my friends, like, drawing horses from memory. I really like this that my one friend did. And then this one's just like, this friend is really good at drawing horses, and it's because she is a horse girl. And it was funny because I was talking to somebody about this, like, drawing. I was making fun of this one, and they're like, well, that's not that bad. And I was like, well, look at my friends. And he went, but was she a horse girl, though? And I went, well, yeah. And he's like, well, that will do. But I really like this tiny doodle of a horse I did up here. I'm a big fan. Critique notes, just like things people said to me, like this was like mine. I like think I just drew this from memory because I spent so long working on it that I was like, I think I know the composition without even looking at more doodles. And then more horses, trying to like get better at drawing them. I still don't even like know if I would draw one very well from reference, but I would draw one better than I did the first time, and I can say that. More doodling. I think this was planning for like my own still life, where we had to like make our own still life for it. So this was like me thinking of stuff I could do. And then this was a TikTok I saw that made me laugh so hard, and no one else thinks it's funny.
Quick, name one thing you would change about yourself if you could.
Fat, gay, white, autistic.
But I thought it was very funny, and I really liked his expression at the end, so I just drew it as me. Here I was watching Breaking Bad, and like this, I was so sad. I was just so sad this day. And then I was like, well, let me draw Breaking Bad. And I was like, oh my god, I'm happy again. I forgot that drawing makes me so happy. But this is Pinkman, Walter, a really shitty Pinkman, a really shitty Hank, really bad doodles. I don't even know what I was doing. More doodles. This was me, I think, drawing Pikachu from memory. And then my friend saw it, and she's like, well, let me give you like names of Pokemon, and you try to draw what you think they look like. Here's how that went. I like don't know any of these Pokemon like at all. My friend said that this one was like the closest that I did. My friend said that like this creature looked like it had 2 bowl cuts. Like that's what she like told me as a hint. And then she's like, it just looks like Will from Stranger. I was like, well, whatever. Doodle of me. I think this is a doodle of Ethel, who I have not drawn in forever. But this is Cope. This is Reese. I really like these 2 doodles. I think they're cute. This is a very scribbly page of like planning out Christmas cards. This I was going to make an animatic of like headcanon voices for my characters, and I did like a total of like maybe 4 panels, and I'll put that little clip.
I cannot play with you. I'm not tamed.
That was it. That's all I did. I didn't get very far, but I kind of just lost interest. I wasn't really looking to do this big project here. I was trying to figure out how to draw tigers and like stylize them in a way, because I wanted to bleach one on the back of a hoodie. So I was looking at some person online's way of drawing tigers, and then this is my OC Dawn. Big fan of this sketch of her. I think it's very cute. And then I like this spread in general. I was going for a lot of walks during this time, still am. And then this of another tiger. This more of the tigers. This was like on my own, I think, and I really like this one. I'm very happy with it. This is like kind of the vibe of the one I ended up drawing on the back of my hoodie, and a lot of people like have complimented that hoodie, which makes me feel very good. But I also am like surprised because of like all the hoodies that I've bleached. I'm like not hugely like amazed by that one or something. Like I like it, but it's not like I think it's the coolest thing I've ever done. This was me just having a horrible, not good time, and what I did was I just scribbled text over itself over and over again, because like it hides what you were saying. I like, even right now I'm trying to make out what it says, and like I can find like some things, but not much more of that. I was not having, I can see that this says take, I cannot decipher much else, but I was not having a good time. I did not want to be where I was. And then these are some doodles of my Sona. These drawings of my OC Finn. I do this little like thing where when I'm standing still, I'll just like bounce my knees or something back and forth to like, as like a little fidget or something, I don't know. And then more Finn. I'm a big fan of these drawings. This was when I got out of the house and hung out with a friend, and then I put in like tags from stuff I bought that day. More doodles over here. This was some line of action drawings. I just was doing, I think, 2-minute poses. I think I paused on these to give myself just a little bit more time to really like flesh them out because I was liking how they were looking. This is more doodles. One of my friends has said like one day I'm just gonna dress in a black hoodie and baggy pants and pull up and say I'm you. All you have to do is go to the costume store and say make me look stupid, because that's how me and my roommate dress all the time. Doodles of myself. These were with like some gel pens. I really like these drawings. I think they're cute. I really like this one. This was from reference. And you know when you're drawing something and you keep doing the face with your own face? Kept doing that, and then I would start laughing because I would feel myself like doing this exact expression. Just scribbling, just really not anything interesting. This was plans for an animatic that I also didn't end up doing, and then these are more doodles of myself. This is Aaron though, this is Kate, and then this is my friend. These are some stamps I have, or like lino cuts, whatever you would like to call them, that I had in my room that I just decided I would stamp and show what they looked like in here. I want to do more prints of this one. I had to like clean it because it had like texture on it that made it really like hard to print, but I don't know what was like on it before that I like let dry. I also really like all of these sketches over here. I especially like the fact that I drew blue on top of like this sketch to like add more interest. I think it is very effective and very nice. I was thinking I was gonna do one of these for all of the like main characters in Mindless Power, but then I only did Reese and Co, which makes sense for me. Just kind of like talking about their like fighting styles and how that all impacts them and whatnot. Here's Kate. I really like this spread of her. I think it's very cute. Really like this like bigger portrait of her in the middle. I mean, I kind of did like the same thing over here with Dawn, but I just like how the Kate one turned out more. Here are more doodles. Reese, and then some of Kate. Every now and then I forget to draw her tooth gap, and then I look back at the drawing and I'm so mad. Then this was like my art goals that I had made last year, and then these are my ones I have for this year. I don't really have a whole lot. Yeah, I don't know. Nothing super interesting to elaborate on there. These were for my commissions video I made, which by the way, so if you want like a cooler sketchbook spread, like a lot of these sketchbook pages I would never like consider like a good sketchbook spread, but like something like this, or like the ones I've talked about being like, I really like this. I'm doing sketchbook spread commissions that are like $35. I'm also open to like, my prices are not like firm, like I'm open to discussing it. But this is the thumbnails for like the video I made to promote it on my Instagram and TikTok. And then these, I've been watching Better Call Saul. Big fan of that show. Oh my god, I love that show. And I was drawing Charles because I have the idea to make an animatic of this show for this series, but we'll see if I end up getting around to doing that. And this is some of just me being just so happy, and then more of me doodles. I really like this one a lot. I'm just, oh, it just is very nice. This was when I ran out of my first ink tube for my shark pen, and I already since this ran out of my second ink tube of that pen. I don't know what it is about like the pens that are like this really thin, really nice gel pen always run out of ink in it like that. Like it's so quick and it's so sad. I miss it. More doodles with that same pen, and maybe it could be that I just draw a lot with it, but I don't even think so. This is a new character. He's coming in, you'll see him soon. Oh my god, I didn't realize that it would be like not the next page. But this I was gonna do like a whole sketchbook video, and then I didn't end up doing that. But this is of Breaking Bad. I don't really love this drawing of Jesse that much, but you know it's okay. And I do really like this drawing of Walter and Jesse. And this of Reese is a redraw from like, I think literally the same day, just like a year later, I did a little redraw doodle. And I really like looking at those at redraws because you can see like at least how your art has evolved. I definitely think I've improved like 100%. Interesting to like see in what ways like my style has shifted and what I emphasize and whatnot. Okay, so this is a character I'm working on. He's very like early stages. These I don't like these notes of like what I was writing for his story don't even like align with what I think is true of the story now. I just was writing it down just so I had like a place to put my thoughts. And this, he's based on me. He's not like meant to like look, I mean, he's black and I don't know if you can tell, but he's not meant to like necessarily look like me, but we have a lot of like, it's a lot of like a very self-indulgent character for me, who's going to have a lot of like my issues, because I was feeling very sad and wanted a character that I could just be like, and you have these problems too. Kind of trying to like maybe put some influence of like my appearance on him, and like the main thing that I really gave him that makes us look alike is just the fact that he has a mullet. Here's just some more doodles. I made his face a little bit rounder because I felt like he had a little bit too similar of a face to a different character. This is another character. She's based on one of my friends. And then just some more doodles of all of this stuff. And then this, whenever I really like a drawing, I'll go like this. And this was what was happening a lot with this drawing, because basically the gist of it is that, like, I don't even know if I want to explain it, but like the main premise is that these characters tend to have like two versions of themselves. One is like this version, and then one of them is like the transformed version of like their, I don't even want to explain it too much, but this is his transformed version, and I really like it. And I just want it to be like this really big trans allegory thing. And this is another character that's been added in, also based on a friend. This character is based on a friend. That's why I'm making it just so self-indulgent. These are some doodles that I did when I was hanging out with my friend, and then when I was walking home, I was in the rain, so they got a little wet. But I really like this sketch of Kate with on this like pattern paper. I just think it makes the page very fun. And then this was one of the commissions I did. So this is what I mean, like the pages that are like more full and like prettier, these are more of like what the commission would actually look like. So again, if you are interested, please hit me up. Again, it's like $35, but I'm flexible on the price, like we can discuss it. More doodling. I love this character. I'm really into him. He doesn't really have a name. He has a dead name that he goes by when he's in this unfortunate form, and he's not himself, but I really like this drawing of him. And I was like, I wanted to post just this on my Instagram, and then I was like, I feel like this is a little freaky for the Instagram, so then I posted it with other drawings with it. This is more of that one character that's based on my friend, and then this is like his transformed version, but I'm thinking of switching the hair to be like in his not transformed version he has more of this hair. I don't know, I'm playing around with it. This I really like. Have really been a fan of like putting in pattern paper and sketching on top of that. I just think it adds like a cool interest to the page that just makes it interesting, and I really like the sketch of Finn and Co. quite a bit. And then these of Kim from Better Call Saul. I really want to make this animatic, and I don't know if I'm going to, but I really like it. Really love her a lot. These are just some drawings of me. I was so tired, but I couldn't fall asleep. I've had just like the worst like sleeping recently. And then this are just some more doodles of me. These are all like outfits that I have that I was just doodling myself in, and then I wrote down lyrics to a song that was stuck in my head. I think it was Who Are You Now by Sleepy with Sirens. And then more of these, I love them. More of these characters. I don't have names for them. I was gonna be like, I love this guy, and then I was like, I don't have a name to refer to him as, but really like these drawings of them. This is like them playing video games, and then this is just another drawing of him. I'm having a lot of fun with these characters. I'm really excited to see like where they go. And then the shark pen like fully died on me halfway through this drawing. This is like the second to last spread of me, just like some doodles of my Sona. I did this like from some photo reference online. And then this is my dog, just because I didn't really know what else to draw. And I've noticed that I draw him a lot as like the last like couple pages of my sketchbook. Like it's something that I've done quite a bit. And then here is the actual last page. So finished January 15th, 2026. And then it's just a little self-portrait. I usually tend to finish my sketchbooks and start my sketchbooks with the self-portrait. These are all, I don't really want to like go too deep into this, but this is for the song The Subway by Chaperone. I have an animatic in my head, and I do all of these doodles, and I kind of want to do this animatic. Like, I think it would actually be fun, and it wouldn't be like the most difficult thing ever, but it just would take a lot of time. And then this of my Sona Costa Rica dollar that my sibling gave me, because she was like, well, look, there's a shark on it. And I was like, well, yeah, that's pretty good. This was something for an assignment I did in one of my classes. This is just some doodles I did. This was kind of like a swatch paper, but I just did like some doodles of myself on it, so I ended up just keeping it. And then this this was like an assignment in class, but I just was doodling on it, so I kept the doodles. That's a doodle of my soda. And then I really like this drawing of Finn. I'm quite a fan of all of that. I'm gonna put these back in here. And then this is the type of sketchbook that it is. It's the Lita Art Supply sketchbook. The paper is like, I wouldn't recommend it. If you want to do anything with like watercolor or something like that, I don't think the paper is suited for that. It's very thin, but for me it's like, it's just a nice thin paper if you're just doing stuff with markers or pencils. It's not super deep. I would show you my next sketchbook, but I haven't started it yet. Or if you want to see another sketchbook tour from me, just literally follow and it will hopefully be out within like 2 or 3 months. And I hope that the new year has been treating you all well. If you want to see me anywhere else, I have an Instagram, I have a TikTok. I'm there like frequently, more than weekly at this point. I have a Pinterest, so if you want to see like my character boards, my like art stuff, my references I use, if you're interested. I make pretty good reference boards. I don't know. That's it. So otherwise, I'm here on YouTube. Literally subscribe, guys. Like, it's not that hard. And I hope you all have a beautiful new year. All right, bye-bye.